Balsutopondruf el pandru kuperna, Divine Guidance SOULutions, Aloquise Fernan, Tarawan, Yufo Pandrusu.
Hi, I'm Patricia McNair, your host of Divine Guidance with Patricia. If you are bursting to embrace and strengthen your connection to your divine guidance, your whole being, this is the show for you. Join me the first and third Wednesday of the month at 9 a.m. Pacific on transformationtalkradio.com. Are you ready to discover the amazing gift of the universe that is you? On Divine Guidance with Patricia, Spirit and I will trigger you to embrace and validate the light that you are. On my show, I will bring you thought-provoking, inspiring messages designed to ignite a spark of spiritual awareness, the first step to becoming a whole being. Join me on Divine Guidance with Patricia and discover your gifts and awaken your true sense of self to embrace and empower your spiritual, mental, and emotional well-being. Divine Guidance with Patricia starts now. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Divine Guidance with Patricia. Listening to my intro, it's amazing because everything in that intro is part of me. My divine friend in the UK, Matu Ra, his soul chanting, the sticks from gifted to my husband from Australian elder, the brook on our property in the background, beautiful beings, the sound beings, friends of ours who have the planetary gongs going in there as well. And my words, listening to my words today, it's that's exactly what I would like to hear somebody say to me. So it warmed my heart, that opening, a lot today. A little bit reminiscent. Today is, wow, we're into February 2023. Now, from a little starseed born in 1965, that feels like a millennium some days, and then other days it feels like I just got here. So, welcome to the show, everyone. I'm so honored to have the comments and the feedback on my show. And even the constructive criticism about going deeper or doing different things. I appreciate it all. I'm here for you. I always knew that I was to be a mouthpiece of some sort, and I don't mean just mouthing off, but spirit would always come through me no matter where I was. And this amazing sentence would come out of my mouth. And for so many years, I did not accept that as being my own intelligence. So many times, us humble beings following spirit, we tend to give all credit to spirit. So it took me a very long time to realize and recognize that the intelligence also came from my being, from my soul, from my knowing, from my energy, from my frequency, from my light, from my love. So I'm not exactly sure why that message just went out, but to whoever needs it or it assists, so be it, because it is not a division of your being. I strive on this show to bring forward the whole being. So that intelligence and those messages and things that you are being guided to do and that you share is all part of you as well. It's not just spirit. Credit needs to go to your own divine loving being. So there it is. All right. So today I want to go over a little bit of my new website. just to give people some familiarity with it. But we will be going into a topic called Going Within. And this topic is really stirring my soul. I've had a lot of processing on this topic because it's been the big in thing in a lot of spiritual groups and platforms lately. And it reminds me of when years and years ago, and I'm a dinosaur in some attributes, when Reiki first came out, or when it was to go and I want to know about all my past lives so I can know who I am. And, all these different levels of spiritual modalities and teachings, they recycle, and they come around again and around again and around again. And unfortunately for me, I see that they each time they have a more programmed approach. They have a more, you need to fit in this square box approach, or a lot of the essence and the sacredness of it is gone. And you can get, you can get that modality now for $19.99 this afternoon. So there's been so much versatility in spiritual teachings and modalities, especially in the last 20 years. And each time I become more aware of the essence of it, and where's spirit in it anymore. It's and even in me setting up recently my own online calendar, I wanted to set it up totally opposite to what the online calendar specified. And I just realized that I do a lot of things totally opposite, totally different to what is expected and what is, and I'm sure I'm not alone out there. Raise your hand, because I'm sure there's many like me out there that the brain and the heart connection doesn't go along with mainstream normalities. Let's put it that way. So with that being said, I would truly love to just share my passion freely, openly, wherever Creator wanted me to bop around and do it. And not be a slave to debt. And it's my knowing and understanding that we're coming to the golden age, which will be the opportunity to be free of debt slavery. That doesn't mean put your energy in, do some work. But what if it meant doing what you're passionate about, as opposed to having to fit your being into a particular job that's willing to hire you, that's willing to give you a paycheck? What if that whole idealism is shot out the window? Are we ready for that? I say I am. I feel I am. But wow, you know? So if I could invite everyone to do anything until my next show, is let's put that seed out there. Let's put the seed out there for its freedom of debt slavery, freedom of our physical well-being in medical care, freedom of our mental pursuits, instead of aligning ourselves into some other form of program. What's our true mental health look like? And what's blocking and stopping any part of that? Also, our freedom of spirit, our freedom to share our spirituality, our freedom to go to the donut shop, buy a donut, and ask the lady, "Oh, wow, you have a beautiful aura and I can see it glowing," without looking like you are stupid or dumb or you don't belong there. This freedom comes on so many levels, and it's about time that we actually became truthers in the spiritual platforms and the spiritual modalities. It's about time that we became truthers. And with that, I'm going way off topic, but Spirit's having a ball here. With that, why don't we all put out there that we will only settle for truth. We will only settle for our sovereign soul being. And we join with other sovereign soul beings on every level of our whole being. And we unite in our diversities, and we unite in the different challenges in actually communication and understanding, because it can be quite challengeable. But if you look at it with love, and you look at it with, okay, I am not feeling that right now. I don't quite get that right now. But I don't dispute it in any way. It's not my knowing or something I align with, but I'll definitely take it within. See, go within. And see and discern it. To me, it is divine guidance plus discernment, because that's my responsibility and my right to discern. And then that sets you into divine action. Now, as I'm seeing in the last, especially year and a half, I'm seeing that a lot are following this message of going within, and they seem to be staying there. They seem to be staying there, going within. There is nothing I can do, nothing physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritual I can do without going within, whether I realize it or not. I have to go within to breathe. It is a part of living and being. Now, being aware of all your bodies and all that you are, and going within, there's so many different stages. So if you tell somebody to go within, then invite them to discover, invite them to know that going within will probably trigger receiving on one way or another from one part of your whole being or another direction. And so what do we do with direction? If you're directed somewhere, you're going somewhere, you're doing something. So the divine action needs to be opened up. And you know what? Fail forward. If you don't quite get the message right, and you err, you'll know it. And so for me, correction is direction. If I don't beat myself up about it, or I don't allow others to intimidate me about what mistake I've made in their opinion, or even in mine if I'm hard on myself. Correction is direction. So I know now, okay, yep, I can't find the Amethyst Cove going that way. And I was following the frequency, but I second guessed myself, and I went back over in the other direction, and I started looking over there. I got confused. I didn't read my message correct. I didn't have confidence in the message I was receiving. I'm new at this, and I'm going to get it. So that correction reminds me not only to go in the left or right direction towards that amethyst code, but it also reminds me to pay attention to the frequency that I was paying attention to, but second guess. So it's not just about one thing or another. You take all the variables of every experience and you put them all together and you let them flow like liquid gold, and you laugh at your subtle mistakes, and you don't criticize self or others. You find your way together. If you don't have enough light in a situation because you're grieving, you're hurting, then allow the love and comfort of others' lights to help light that pathway up, and take a step at a time. Do what you can, where you can, how you can. That doesn't mean taking huge leaps to the moon or big modalities at a time, or helping every single person that you come in sight with in the day. Set your expectations to be loving and kind to self, loving and kind to spirit, loving and kind to the divine plan, and loving and kind to all those that you are in service with, not for. I'm not in service for our loving creator. I'm in service with my loving creator. I am in service to do my part of oneness. I'm not in service to clear the whole way, nor do I have ego enough to try and attempt it. I'm in service with Jacob, Dr. Pat, Robert, my husband, my child. I'm in service with them. I'm not above them. I'm not below them. I am beside them. And here I am. Okay, enough about me. So we'll get back to going within in a minute. Jacob, are you with me? It's going okay. If you could kindly bring up my website.
Absolutely.
And for the audience, it is, you can get to it two different ways, just divineguidance.earth or divineguidancesolutions.earth. So the easiest one is probably the best route in. And I need to actually bring it up myself, don't I? Okay, so I'll bring it up on my phone, but we've created this beautiful website, and I had a beautiful being named Joanne who did most of it, actually, but also followed any divine guidance that I was given, and she did it with such grace. It was amazing. All right, so if you notice on the first part of the page, Jacob, right underneath my picture, there's a little M4 player that you can click on, which has the Kadoosh. And if we could do that just for a minute, just to bring that energy and vibration in, that would be great.
I've got it playing a little bit here. Are you able to hear that?
I'm not, but maybe our audience is.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. While it's playing, I just want to explain what the Kadoosh is to my being, and it was gifted to me and my husband in a session by a beautiful being named Miss Karen. So the Kadoosh is one of the highest known, well, for lack of a better word, protection, and also breeding for divine beings. So if you play the Kadoosh, or you say Kadoosh, 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 Adonai Sabaoth, what you're doing is, if there's any negative or dark intent beings or energies around you that are trying to give the facade that they're of the light, they can only maintain that 2, maybe 3 minutes to the max. So when you do the Kadoosh, they start to fade and then they disappear. They're gone. They can't stay in that energy. Now, well, if we go around Kadushing everybody and it's a good angel, what's going to happen, Trisha? They're all going to go away. No, not with this beautiful piece. This beautiful piece honors the light and any of the light. So it's showing respect to those of the light. So they'll actually glow brighter. So this is such an important part of us doing our earth work around the world, and any type of prayers and sessions that we were doing, because we could easily disperse and be gone and halt and stop negative and dark, and honor and enlighten and have these beings just brighten and brighten and brighten. And so, you know, the validity of who we were working with shone on, no pun intended. So that's why I have that on my website. Almost every website that I do, I include it somehow. So I have that there for your enjoyment. And you can look it up. It's actually on YouTube now. It wasn't years ago, but somehow it made it to YouTube. So it's good. All right. And that just gives a little bit of information about who I am. And I'm Patricia, child of the Creator. I don't have any titles or or, you know, sparkly things, except for that I am a born seer, and that took me a while to be able to just express that out to the public. If you take a look at the picture at the top to the left, are we there, Jacob? Where it has the globe.
Yep, we're right there.
Okay. This is my this was given to me by Divine Guidance. This is the logo. I went how many years? I just received this logo this year. And I've been in business with Divine Guidance platform for 8-10 years. So this was given to me, and it is the you can see the little gold droplet over the shell, and that is the golden divine eye, which is a level up from the third eye. That is when you're totally connected, and you will never lose that connection lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. And I plan on doing a workshop on that probably around March or April. And so then you have, of course, the diamond and the crystallized diamond. And so to me, this is a representation of Mother Earth going into the golden age, being divinely through her ascension process and connected up into all that she truly is. So this is what my my logo represents. Okay. And so I see you. I love that. I got that actually from Avatar, and I love it because it's a way of saying I love you, all of you. And I see you and I accept you. So that's why I put that in there. All right. So if we want to go up to what they call them now, the hamburgers, or on your screen, you probably have the whole pages laid out at the top. So let's go into shows and events. And you're going to see Transformation Talk Radio. And here is where all my shows, after they're done, are loaded directly to my website. So if you miss any shows, you can go back and look at the archive shows as well. If you see up in the purple part, Jacob, we invite you to be a guest on Divine Guidance. So if you click on that, it will take you to a page where it has all the information and a form to fill out if you'd like to be a guest and share your messages and your work here. So it's just got a small form to fill out. It also shows you the size of pictures to provide. That gets emailed directly to me. We meet up and we set up a show. So I look forward to meeting all of you. And then if you want to go to, let's go to services, Jacob. How's that? Excuse me. All right, so these are the services of spirit that I offer. Solution sessions, they're done in many different ways. I also have mentoring packages for 3 hours, 3 weeks, and 3 months. Workshops and classes, there's none up there now, but March, May, and August are big months for workshops. And then we also have the public speaker facilitator. So if we click on the public speaker facilitator, it takes you to, has a couple videos I put up there. And then this will take you to a form where you can book me for a show or an event. And of course, you know, online shows, there's no charge. And you can just fill that little form out and invite me to be a guest on your show. And let's talk and share. Realizing that what I bring to the table is open, multi-dimensional channeling. Spirit's going to work in and through me. I'm not going to try and stop them while I'm on your show. So I just want to give you a heads up on that. So that's a little bit about my website. And there's also spots in there where you can give a comment. If you want to scroll down on any of the pages, the footer part of the page, and you see those symbols, and some of them you'll recognize as the Om in the chakra array. Then you've got an H and a Y and a Q and a U. So some of these are sacred Mother Earth attunement symbols that have been given to my husband and myself and others that we work with in doing earth work. And they're for balancing and stabilizing the tectonic plates of Mother Earth and ley lines. So if you want anything, we can do a workshop on those as well. I also have put in a spot because I do a lot of work freely, and I love that part of my life. Actually, I love it so much. Just offering my services and time and my being. That a spirit has asked me to put in a little donations part, so that I can do that part as well. And I also put it in there because if you are interested in having some type of service and you don't have a lot of funds, contact me, please. And we'll just work on a small donation. And even though I do have to pay my bills, I know Spirit will take care of me. And I want everyone to feel empowered and loved and appreciated and respected. So even if there's something small I can do, like return an email, I offer to do that. So that's enough about me. I hope you enjoy the website. Go in and take a look around. And like I say, message me, email me. I tend to get back to emails within about 72 hours, unless I'm off doing something for a few days. And then I check my emails anyways. So even if I give you a quick note, I'm out of town for 3 days, but I got your message and I'll get back to you and I'll give you a time. Communication, love, respect, and sharing with each other. It doesn't matter what level of spirituality you're on, what level of society you're on, what level of emotional maturity you're on. You are a divine, holy being of the light. And there's nothing more important for my being than that. So email me, let's have a conversation. And if you're guided in my direction, there's a divine purpose, and I'm excited to know what that is. So what we will do is, if you would like to put up the website address, Jacob, and then we can go for a quick break and we'll come back. I also have this as an open show today. So anybody who's calling or wanting to call in and communicate, please go ahead. Let me see what the number is quickly. What's the number, Jacob?
1-800-930-2819.
That's usually flashing on the screen, isn't it?
Yeah, and we'll get that up there for you.
Okay, sounds great. Okay, so after this small break, we'll come back and we'll start discussing going within, and we'll take callers. Thank you. Hey, welcome back to Divine Guidance. I was just taking a minute out there with that flute. I noticed about a week ago, I was really feeling a bit overwhelmed with stuff that was happening and not happening. Because, yeah, let's face it, we can get upset with things that are not happening too, can't we? And I went on YouTube and I started playing all this meditative music. And then I found 6 hours of Native American flute. And I swear to goodness, I wanted to sit there the whole 6 hours. I couldn't, of course. I had other things to do. But it spoke to my heart and soul, like it always does. And it reminded me that every once in a while, to really focus in on what triggers our heart and our soul, and what brings that balance and that peace. And I feel really safe when I hear flute music. And I just can feel the song of the trees and sitting in the forest. And I used to imagine that all these trees were my army, and they were my protectors, and I could go in and hide behind a tree, and that the whole forest was my protectors. So that's why the flute music kind of reminds me that I'm safe and I'm okay. All right, so we're opening it up for callers, right, Jacob? Perfect, thank you. And thank you for going through the website with me, Jacob. You're a gem. All right, so we're going to go with the going within phrase. Now, going within is beautiful. It's absolutely, there are many ways that going within can also be emotional. Sometimes we need to go within to balance up our emotional body and to see why something is hurting and why we can't let go of it. And so we go within. Where do we go within? And this question's been asked in so many ways of me in the last 6 months. And here's my honest answer that I can give from my knowing, and that is I live within. So I have to really take a pause and see what going within might mean to somebody else. And anyone communicating about going within should actually communicate with other people about how they go within. Some people go within with meditation. Some people go within with just complete silence. Some people go within by having a good cry and letting go of stuff and then understanding the deeper purpose of that experience. I call that letting go of the trauma and claiming all the experience that was positive, that maybe you had a new gift that you weren't aware of or a new knowing that you weren't aware of. Letting go of the trauma, letting go of the things that are blocking you from loving your being through any experience. And many times we have experiences where we're just oblivious to loving our own being through it. And so we have to take that time when we're ready to go through some healing and letting go, to go within and to discern what to let go of and what is stopping you. Because when you have an experience, you're in that energy then. But when you're reclaiming or remembering that experience, you're trying to reclaim the energy, but that energy is no longer there. So it is the emotional body that brings back enough of that energy for you to go through that experience in your mind and in your heart. And that's a lot of power. That's a lot of creation energy going on. People don't realize it. Say, "Well, I'm not a co-creator. I don't have the power." Yes, you do. Every time you try to remember a past experience and you get yourself in that energy of it, you're recreating that energy through your own being. So that's powerful. What if we took that ability and we used it to create energy and frequency for things positive that we want in our lives, in our world? Just a thought. We can do a workshop on that. That would be fun, actually. I've done a couple of them and in person. I don't. Yeah, I could probably come up with something online, but it would be like a little bit of information, then go outside and do something and come back. Yeah, it would have to be like that. I'm talking to myself. That's great. Yeah. So going within, there's many different ways and purposes for going within. So if you're going within because you're afraid you're not good enough for something, why would you be directed to go within out of wanting to be accepted for something? There's an open-ended question there. What if you're to go within to raise your frequency, your vibration? Okay. All right. Where do I start? How do I raise my frequency and my vibration? How do I take responsibility for my own energy? Am I responsible for my own energy? Yeah, you're damn right you are. You are responsible. You have the right and the responsibility of your own energy. Okay, so I want to get in there. I'm going to go in by breathing because that's what I like to do, just centering. I usually ask that all my bodies be in their proper places and spaces. My emotional body, my intellectual body, my physical body, and my spiritual body. And I ask you all to work in unity. I don't want anyone shut down. I don't want anyone closed off. I want you all working together as you automatically do, even though I may not be fully 100% aware of it at all times. We're truly automatically connected. And that's, of course, I'm doing with the small group right now is that why would our loving creator allow us to come and take this physical form and have us disconnected from everything that we are? Let me just put that question out there again. Why would our loving creator allow us to come into this physical form and have us totally disconnected from all that we are? There may be a big lie and a huge illusion going on this planet. We are already automatically connected. Ask me how and why. I have no problem sharing that information. That is part of spiritual truthing right now. Bringing in this information. I'm sure it's in the log somewheres on this planet throughout time, been destroyed or hidden. I'm sure I'm not the first one to share this, but I am the one sharing it now that I'm aware of, and I'll continue doing so because everyone has the right to know you're automatically connected in 4 major body consciousness when you are born. Simple. So, going within, I ask for all my bodies to be in unity. I don't need anyone battling in there. I want everyone working together for my highest good and the good of all. And usually I rarely do that when I'm wanting to have a specific information. I want to ask all of my being and our loving creator and all of those who are around me for my highest good and the highest good of all, whether you be angels, ascended masters, starseed beings, galactic beings, all of you. All of you. I want specific instructions about something. Usually it's how may I assist? Usually it's am I blocked in any way that I'm not aware of? How can I be more consciously aware of the situation? Is there something I'm not seeing? Is there something I'm not receiving because of my own anxiety, fear, beliefs? Is there something of my being blocking this situation? So usually when I go within to check on me. Make sure all my parts are working. Make sure that there's no too much Patricia in there, or too much, oh, my husband taught me this, or, Jacob said that. To clear all that out and bring myself back with all my 4 body automatically connections and everything that is connected with my being, the universal information fields, the universal energetic fields, our loving creator, because my one goal is to be part of the divine plan of the golden age of Mother Earth and all upon her. It's not just the golden age of mankind, not for my being. It is Mother Earth's golden age. What she's doing and achieving and inviting all upon her to the party. And that's one party hat I'm going to wear. So in my passion and my being is I want to do my work. I don't always know what my work is, guys. Neither will you, and that's okay. It's absolutely okay, because that's why we have these big, big, beautiful, beautiful energetic beings called faith and trust. Now, do you want to put blind faith in? No, absolutely not. Why would you put blind faith in? You know? But if you have within your heart being a knowing that you're to bake cookies for thousands of people, and they're all going to have a beautiful time, and it's going to bring about unity, it's going to bring about love, and your job is to bring the cookies. Bring the cookies. It doesn't mean you have to worry about who's bringing the pizza or who's bringing the cake or who's bringing the drinks. Bring the cookies. How can I make the best cookies ever? And how can I humbly bring those forward for the masses and be in service by making cookies? You don't need to compare. You don't need to worry that you're not doing enough. Every single part is important in love. Every single part. How you love your animals, how you love your husband, how you love your wife, how you love your children, how you love everyone in your community, how you can send love to a being like Michael Jackson because of his singing and beauty and soul. Many reached out with love. Never met him, but met him on a soul energetic level and felt and knew the love. And how do we discern that? We don't feel energies and stuff just bouncing off of us. It's the energies we allow to come within and recirculate as in part of our love, as in part of the oneness love. All those little parts of divine love that we receive every day from the collective consciousness, from the sun, from the trees, from everything. All of that comes within and flows back out in a wave of unity and acceptance. Are we keeping enough of that energy surrounding our etheric body? Are we keeping enough of that energy for our service to self in order to be of service to others? Are we out there just giving away all of our light, all of it, all of it, all of it, and got nothing left? And I have to admit, yesterday I even put on I'm not going to give them any publication here, but I put on a social media program that I was so tired. And that's how I felt. I felt so tired. And in my case, it wasn't because I was giving too much. It was because I'm not giving enough right now. I'm aligned with certain areas in my life where others are, I feel they're stagnant. They're not involved in the divine action part or the divine communication part. And there's a lot of separation, a lot of division. And I have a hard time in that arena. And I hope somebody out there can understand exactly what I'm saying. Because when you're consciously aware and you're a giver, and my will is to be of service. And when I find that too stagnant, it can be just as dramatic for me as being overwhelmed and tired. And that's an interesting thought. And so I had to go within and figure out, I need divine guidance here. What can I do different? Because I can't ignite. I can try. I can put little messages out there, and I can try to ignite others. But that's not my responsibility. That's not my right. I have to ignite my own being. So if I ignite my own being, I need to create that change. I need to create that opportunity and experience for my own being. And yeah, so I talked with a friend, and that's exactly what transpired. So I woke up this morning feeling regenerated again. That I'm able to actually be a part of something that's moving forward. I truly, honestly don't feel like we have a lot of time to bring this in and to be as fully successful as the divine plan wills. So I invite all the light workers and all the earth workers and all the divine beings out there to check your radar. Check your divine guidance plus discernment and divine action. Don't stop at discernment right now. We can't. I truly don't feel like we can afford to stop at discernment only at this time. That there is multiple layers and diversities of divine action that needs our energetic connection to and unified love and universal law to be set into divine action and motion, to bring this forward with the biggest opportunity for all. There's no doubt in my mind this will be brought forward, but let's ask. Go within and ask, how can I be of service to assist this to be as open and broad and light and love as possible? Yeah, going within. I don't think I really answered anyone's questions, did I? So the deepest part of all of that is, let's take a deeper look when we come back. I think we'll take a quick break. I'll look forward to anyone calling in, and if not, I will continue with going within. How's that, Jacob? Thank you. Love it. Isn't it great just to be human? I love it. So we're back in the air now, guys. And unfortunately, we haven't had time for callers to call in because I've been sharing a lot. So we look forward to that next show. And I will be doing one show a month where I open it up to all questions and answers. And you can call in and ask any questions of spirit that you like. So for this one, going within, the secret to going within is, like everything else, what are you going within for? What is the divine purpose for going within? Are you going within to seek answers? Are you going within to find out how you can seek answers? So yeah, when I work with anyone, we do it in steps. So we would take it in, how do I know that I've gone within would be the first step. And how do I connect with all that I am when I go within? What do I need to know when I ask my being to go within and connect? What is the divine purpose? What is the questions that I would like to send out in that space and in that experience? What would I like? What is it that I'm asking for? I want, I need, I desire, I ask, I request, I deem. Remember that you are a beautiful, powerful being of light. Don't let this body fool you, okay? And all of that you are, you have brought into this form. And it is a part of your everyday. And that you don't have to wait until Sunday to connect with it, or you don't have to call at a certain appointment time. This is you. living, breathing, and being all that you are in the universe, of the creator. Now, it's here. It's within all of your being. All right. So thank you for joining in today. I appreciate you taking a look around on my website. And I truly do offer, email me, and let's converse. Let's have a talk. Let's share. And let's be a part of oneness together, whether it's 10 seconds or 10 years. The connection is there. And I look forward to seeing you all next time on Divine Guidance with Patricia. Creator's blessings, and thank you. Thank you for listening to Divine Guidance with Patricia on TransformationTalkRadio.com with me, Patricia McNair. Tune in next time to explore more challenges that can help you achieve your whole being. I know we are all capable of truly being whole, and with a little empowerment, anyone can access an entire universe of knowing that is just waiting to be explored. For more information about me and my services, visit divineguidance.earth. That's divineguidance.earth. See you next time, where together we focus on solutions for the whole being.